Yitro, God's trumpet call presence encounter the living Messiah. The Torah portion begins with the story of Yitro, the priest of Midian and father-in-law of Moshe. The Torah says, Yitro heard everything God had done for Moshe and for his people Israel, and how the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt. When Moshe sent his wife Zipporah and the two sons, Yitro received her and the two sons. One son is named Gershon, for Moshe said, I have become an alien in a foreign land. And the other one was named Eliezer, for he said, my father's God was my helper. He saved me from sword of Pharaoh. Torah says, Yitro with Moshe's sons and Moshe's wife came to meet Moshe in the desert where Moshe was camped with the people of Israel near the mountain of God, Mount Sinai. Yitro sent a word for Moshe saying, I, your father-in-law Yitro, am coming to you with your wife and her two sons. Moshe went out to meet his father-in-law and bowed down and kissed him. They greeted each other and then went into the tent. Moshe told the father-in-law about everything the Lord had done to Pharaoh and the Egyptians for the sake of people of Israel and about the hardships they had to endure along the way and how the Lord remained faithful to them and saved them. The name Yitro comes from the root, which has the meaning remnant or remaining and gives a connection to the remnant and even the Gentile converts. Moshe's father-in-law was also identified with 7 other names throughout the scripture. He was known as the priest of Midian, Yitro, Hobab, Reuel, Putiel, and Keni. According to Genesis 36:10, Yitro is a descendant of Esau. Esau's sons were Eliphaz and the son of Ada, wife of Esau, and Reuel, the son of Basemath, the wife of Esau. Yitro, according to Encyclopedia of Biblical Personalities, page 308. Yitro, together with Balaam and Yog, was consulted by Pharaoh as to the means for exterminating the children of Israel. Torah says that Yitro came to the mountain of Jehovah and joined Moshe and Israel. And this is significant because he came to the mountain of Jehovah where Israel is about to receive the Torah. Yitro represents the Gentile believer who has taken hold of the corners of a Hebrew prayer shawl, the tzitzit. He is considered a spiritual sojourner or stranger to Israel. He is a Ger, hence the name of his eldest son Gershom. The name means exile, and Yitro is returning to the exiled, to the mountain of Elohim and subsequently Torah. Yitro's confession of faith. The phrase father-in-law is used 13 times in the Parsha. The numerical value of his name Yitro is 616. Yitro representing the Gentile believer, one who is grafted onto one of the 12 tribes plus Yeshua equals 13. They become one in Messiah. They become one Echad. The numerical value of Echad is also 13. The ancient word would read, the strength of separation is found in the door. The concept of being one or with Messiah is repeated in John 17 verse 21. The Lord said that they may all be one, just as you, Father, are in me and I in you, that they also may be in us, so that the world may believe that you have sent me. Being Echad means that we are like-minded. We are in Torah and Torah in us. Torah says in Exodus chapter 18 verse 9, Yitro rejoiced over all the good that Adonai had done for Israel by rescuing them from the Egyptians. Yitro said, Blessed be Adonai, who has rescued you from the Egyptians and from Pharaoh, who has rescued the people from harsh hand of the Egyptians. Now I know that Adonai is greater than all the other gods, because he rescued those who were treated so arrogantly. Yitro, Moshe's father-in-law, brought a burnt offering and sacrifices to God, and Aaron came with all the elders of Israel to share the meal before God with Moshe's father-in-law. Yitro, a Gentile stranger, made a confession of faith in the one true God, Elohim of Israel. Yitro was like a stranger at the gate being the place where Torah was taught and the place where court cases were adjudicated. The Hebrew word for gate is shah, the numerical value of which is 570, plus Yeshua equals 13. Wedding at Cana. Yitro was also known by the name Keni. In Judges chapter 1, verse 16, it states, The descendants of Moshe's father-in-law, the Kenite, went up from the city of Palms with the people of Judah to live among the inhabitants of the desert of Judah in the Negev near Arad. Keni has a word play with Cana, meaning Yehovah, originating, creating, or redeeming his people. Cana is a familiar word. The first miracle of Yeshua was at the wedding of Cana. The numerical value of Cana is 11. We can see by the numerical connection that the one who was sent to redeem Israel is Yeshua. The root word for Yeshua is Isha, which has a numerical value of 380. The spelling of Yeshua is by adding the vav to the value changes. We now must add the vav's numerical value of 6 to Isha, which becomes 17. The vav means to add or secure. In John chapter 2, verse 1 to 6, the miracle Yeshua performed at the wedding of Cana of Galilee is found. Mary, the mother of Yeshua, too, was present at the wedding. Yeshua and his disciples were also invited to the wedding. Yeshua, the bridegroom, and his disciples represent the bride. When they ran out of wine, Yeshua's mother said, They have no wine. Yeshua said, Woman, what does your concern to have to do with me? My hour has not yet come. His mother said to the servants, Whatever he says to you, do it. There were set 6 water pots of stone according to the manner of purification of the Jews, containing 20 or 30 gallons apiece, according to 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 8, that one day is with the Lord is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. The 6 stone jars represent the 6,000 allotted to man. Considering the third day can be considered as the length of time of a marriage banquet from a Jewish perspective. In Hosea chapter 6 verse 2 it says, After 2 days he will revive us. On the third day he will raise us up, and we will live before him. Yeshua and his disciples came to the wedding on the third day. When the wedding celebration was nearly concluded and the host had run out of wine, Yeshua responded, My time is not yet come, because the Messianic kingdom is not yet here. The Messianic kingdom will arrive at the third day, which is also the 7th day.